Okay, listen, you have to stop posting for your local audience. Seriously, while you're out there grinding for pennies, there are entire channels reaching the US market and earning like 10 times what you do, and they're doing it with just one AI tool. So today, I'm gonna lay out the exact blueprint to bypass your local algorithm and finally go global.
Let's just dive right in. What you're looking at here, this is probably the single most important metric that most creators just completely ignore. Think about it. For the exact same amount of work, a single viewer in the United States can be worth 12 viewers from your local market. This isn't about working harder, you know? It's about targeting smarter.
And here's how we're going to do it. This is our 5-step blueprint. First, we're going to pinpoint that high-value audience. Then, we'll find a universal niche that just naturally pulls them in. After that, we'll build an AI content engine to do all the heavy lifting. I'll show you how to hack the US algorithm. And finally, we'll talk about the 60-day discipline you need to actually make it all work.
Right, so let's start with the real problem here. I call it the CPM trap. It's like this invisible cage that keeps your earnings low no matter how amazing your content is, all because of where your viewers are.
And this chart, it shows you the insane difference in scale. So CPM is just what advertisers pay for 1,000 views. And the reason the US CPM is so much higher is simple. That's where the money is. The big budget advertisers are there, and they pay top dollar to reach that market. If you're not targeting it, you are just leaving cash on the table.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, right? You're putting in all the hours, the scripting, the editing, the promoting, the whole shebang, but you're only seeing a tiny fraction of the reward you could be getting. It's an inefficient system that burns out even the best creators.
But hold on, because the answer isn't what you think. It's not about just getting more views. It's about getting better views. Views that the market actually values.
So how do we find these so-called better views? Well, we tap into what I call the universal wisdom niche. And trust me, this thing is a content goldmine because it just flies right over cultural and language barriers, speaking directly to that high-value audience we want.
Just think about these topics for a second. Philosophy, Stoicism, motivation, discipline. These are ideas that connect with everyone. It doesn't matter if they're in New York or Tokyo. They tap into something we all want, self-improvement, which makes them the absolute perfect vehicle to reach a global audience.
And you know what the best part is? You don't have to be some kind of guru to do this. No way. These channels work because they sell a vibe of self-improvement, not a specific personality. This means the content is faceless, it's anonymous, and literally anyone can create it.
Okay, so you've got the niche, but how do you actually make the content without spending all your time on it? Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the step-by-step process of building your very own automated AI content engine.
The whole workflow is broken down into 3 super simple steps. We don't write scripts anymore, we prompt them. We don't record our own audio, we just select an AI voice. And we definitely don't go out and shoot footage, we generate it. Easy.
Now, pay attention because this is probably the single most important setting in your AI tool. Before you do anything else, find and select International English. Look, it's not a dialect, it's a signal. It tells the system your target audience is global and speaks English, which is absolutely crucial for getting the algorithm on your side.
And here are the specifics you want to use. For the voice, always pick a US English option that sounds deep, slow, and authoritative. Kind of like a mentor. For the visuals, the rule is dead simple. The image on screen has to change every 4 seconds. If it stays still for any longer, people get bored and they just scroll away.
So, you've made the perfect video. Now, how do you make sure the US algorithm actually notices it? This is where we get to debunk a few common myths, and I'll show you the real secrets to bypassing your local feed for good.
This is a question I get asked all the time. People always wonder, do I need to trick YouTube into thinking I'm in the US, with a VPN or an American SIM card? The answer is a hard no. That is a complete myth. It's just an extra complication that you don't need, and honestly, it can sometimes even hurt your channel.
Okay, here's what you really need to get. The algorithm doesn't care about your IP address. It doesn't care where you are. It cares about the language of your content. If your title, your description, your tags, and your audio are all in English, YouTube will naturally start testing your video with an English-speaking audience. It really is that simple.
But if you want to give the algorithm a little nudge, we use a technique I call social hacking. All you do is find a few mid-sized US creators in your niche and mention in your description how their work inspired your video. This isn't spam, okay? It's digital networking. You're basically borrowing their credibility and signaling to YouTube that your content belongs right alongside theirs, which helps you get recommended to their audience.
All right, let's do a super quick recap of the strategy. 3 steps. Step 1. Pick a universal niche, like philosophy or Stoicism.
Step 2. Use an AI engine, set it to US English, and make sure it has that authoritative voice and fast-paced visuals.
And Step 3. Use that social hacking trick to mention relevant US creators and get suggested to their viewers. Boom!
And now for the final piece of the puzzle. And honestly, it's the most important one. You have the blueprint, but none of it means a thing without discipline. You have to treat this like a business, not a lottery ticket.
This is your commitment. You have to produce 60 videos, no excuses. Your first 10, they'll probably flop, while the algorithm is just trying to figure you out. But by video 30 or so, it'll start to find that high CPM audience for you. This isn't about one viral hit. It's about giving the system enough data to do its job.
So I'll just leave you with this question. Stop chasing more views and start attracting better ones. What would actually change for you if your content was finally working for you in the most valuable market on the entire planet? Think about it.